So let's take a look at population density. We've already looked at regular density. Population density is to try to figure out how many people live in each approximate square mile of land. So population density is equal to the number of people divided by the area of land. And it doesn't have to be square miles, but that's what we're going to use because that's what we're most comfortable using. But if you were in Europe, they would probably do it in kilometers instead of miles. So there are about 11 million people living in the state of Georgia, which has an area of 59,425 square miles. Determine the population density. So to figure out our density, we're going to take the population, which is 11 million. So I'm going to add all the zeros. I'm not just going to write 11 because that would be 11 people. And we're going to divide it by that area. So we'll do 11 million divided by 59,425. And since we're talking about people, and that's what density is, it's how many people per square mile, I'm going to round to the nearest whole number. So that's going to be approximately 185 people. I'm going to just use the abbreviation PPL per square mile. Fulton County has a population density of about 2,040 people per square mile. If Fulton County is 526.8 square miles, how many people live in the county? So this time they give us the density. So I'm going to put that in for density, population density. We do not know the population, so we're going to be solving for P, but we know that the area is 526.8 square miles. So again, we need to solve for P, so we need to get rid of dividing by 5.2 or 526.8. So you can just multiply, or if you like to cross multiply instead, that works just as well. And again, since this is people, we are going to round to a whole number. It's going to be 1,074,672 people approximately. Now we know population is changing every second of every day, so this is just a rough approximation based on the latest numbers that we have. Pickens County has a population of 34,618 people and a population density of 149 people per square mile. We're going to calculate the area of Pickens County. So we know that the population density is 149. We're going to set that equal to the population, 34,618, divided by the area, which is what we're solving for. So if you want to set it up as a cross multiplication problem, you certainly can. That's 149A equals 34,618. We're going to divide both sides by 149. This is not going to work out perfectly even, so we're just going to round to the tens place. And that is going to be approximately 232. And because this is area, it's okay to have a decimal. So I'm going to round again to the tens place, and that's square miles. What you're going to realize is that when you get into cities, they'll have a higher population density because there are more people living in each square mile. Whereas if you get out to more rural areas, their population density is going to be much smaller because they live on larger lots of land. All right, so for our last problem, we're looking at 5 different cities in the suburbs of Atlanta, and we are going to find their population density. We're going to rank them based on their population density from greatest to least, so the most populated dense to the least. So to find that, we're going to take the population of each one and divide by the area. So for Alpharetta, we've got 66,419, and we're going to divide that by 26.9 square miles. So because we're talking about people, we're going to round to a whole number. So that's approximately 2,469 people per square mile. For Canton, that's 35,809 divided by 18.7. So approximately 1,915 people per square mile. Cumming, 8,559 divided by 6.1. And a lot of people, when you think of Cumming, you kind of think of Forsyth County and how it's a really big growing county, but we are talking specifically about City of Cumming, which is a smaller area. That's why it's only 6.1 square miles. So that is 1,403 people per square mile. Milton has about 41,799 people, and that's 38.5 square miles, so definitely a much larger area for the city of Milton. That's about 1,086 people per square mile. And then finally, Roswell definitely has got our biggest population, but also the biggest area. And that's going to be 2,305 people per square mile. So now we're going to look at those 5 values and we are going to rank them from greatest to least. So Alpharetta is coming in at first place with about 2,400 people, almost 2,500 people. Then Roswell, which to me, I thought Roswell would be more densely populated, but it's not based on these numbers. After that, we've got Canton, Cumming, and finally, Milton. I'm running out of room. I'm going to squeeze that in there. And I would say Milton probably because it, has a lot of land. Like a lot of houses are on, you've got your horse farms and stuff, so it's significantly less dense compared to the other cities.